Your liver could be crying for help right now, and the only sign might be a weird itch on the bottom of your foot. Today, we are counting down 30 weird, totally silent signs that your liver is struggling. Things you probably write off as getting older or just being tired. By the end of this countdown, I'm going to show you a simple 30-second hand test you can do right now, sitting in your chair to check your exact liver health. But whatever you do, don't skip the top 5. Number 3 is a bizarre symptom that happens when you hold your arms out, and it's a massive red flag that changes everything. Let's kick things off with number 30, the 2 a.m. wake-up call. You go to bed feeling completely fine, but right around 2 or 3 in the morning, your eyes snap open. You feel hot. You feel a little anxious. You stare at the ceiling and blame stress from your job. But your insomnia might not be stress at all. It might be your liver clock. Your body runs on a strict internal schedule, and your liver does its heaviest lifting, filtering out all the junk and toxins from your day between 1 a.m. and 3 a.m. If your liver is bogged down with fat or just overworked, it struggles to get the job done. That intense struggle causes your body to panic and pump out a sudden spike of cortisol, the stress hormone. That spike wakes you up out of a dead sleep. So, if you are consistently waking up at this exact time, your liver is working the night shift and screaming for a break. And that perfectly explains number 29. Afternoon energy crashes. You know the feeling. It hits right around 3 p.m. You feel like you are walking through wet cement. Your brain shuts down. You desperately need a nap just to function. Most of us just blame a heavy lunch or a bad night's sleep. Stop blaming the heavy lunch. Your liver acts as a massive storage tank for a type of energy called glycogen. Think of it like your body's backup battery pack. When your blood sugar drops in the afternoon, a healthy liver quickly releases that stored glycogen to give you a smooth, steady stream of energy. But a sluggish, fatty liver? It holds on to that energy. The battery gets completely jammed. Your blood sugar plummets, and you crash hard into the afternoon wall. To fix that crash, you probably reach for coffee, which brings us to number 28, sudden caffeine jitters. Maybe you used to drink 3 cups of coffee a day with absolutely no problem. Now, suddenly, just 1 cup makes your hands shake. Your heart races. You feel jittery, sweaty, and weird. Your morning coffee is acting like a lie detector test for your liver. See, your liver produces specific enzymes that clear caffeine out of your bloodstream. When your liver function starts slowing down, it stops making enough of those enzymes. The caffeine just builds up and stays in your system way longer than it should. Your body gets totally overwhelmed by a normal amount of coffee because your liver forgot how to process it. Speaking of processing things, let's look at number 27, the 1-drink hangover. You go out to dinner. You have half a glass of wine. The next morning, you wake up feeling like you got hit by a truck. You have a headache, you feel sick, and you tell your friends, "Man, getting older is rough." Getting a hangover from half a glass of wine isn't just aging. It is a massive red flag. Your liver uses an enzyme called dehydrogenase to break down alcohol. When your liver is damaged or clogged with fat, the production of that enzyme drops off a cliff. Your body literally loses its alcohol tolerance. Even a few sips can leave toxins lingering in your blood for hours, making you feel completely poisoned the next day. Now, if those toxins build up enough, they cause deep inflammation, leading to number 26, right shoulder blade pain. This one sounds completely crazy. Why would your liver make your shoulder hurt? It comes down to something called referred pain. Your liver sits right under your rib cage on the right side of your body. When it gets inflamed and swells up, it physically expands. As it expands, it presses right up against your diaphragm. There is a major nerve running right through there called the phrenic nerve. That nerve travels all the way up your neck and into your right shoulder. When your swollen liver pinches that nerve, your brain gets confused. It feels the pain up in your shoulder blade. That tight, aching knot in your shoulder back there might not be from your mattress at all. That swelling also changes how your body stores fat, bringing us to number 25, stubborn belly fat, specifically the liver roll. You hit the gym, you cut back on carbs, but you have this one specific tire of fat right around your midsection that refuses to budge. No amount of crunches will fix this specific type of belly fat. When your liver is struggling, it starts storing fat inside itself. This is called a fatty liver. As it fills up with fat, it pushes all your other organs forward. It creates a very specific kind of belly. It is usually hard to the touch, and it sits high up, right under your ribs. It doesn't jiggle like normal fat. It feels tight, like a swollen balloon. That swollen feeling gets much worse after meals. Number 24 is bloating right after eating. You sit down, you have a totally healthy meal, maybe just a salad with some dressing. 20 minutes later, you look 6 months pregnant. Your pants don't fit. You feel completely stuffed with gas. Here is what's actually happening. Your liver produces a green fluid called bile. Bile is like dish soap for your digestion. It breaks down the fats you eat. If your liver is sluggish, it doesn't pump out enough bile. Without that bile, the food just sits in your digestive tract and ferments. It creates a massive amount of instant gas. But if you think bloating is strange, wait till you hear how your skin gives your liver away in a few minutes. The visible signs are genuinely shocking. But before we get to the skin, we have to talk about number 23, nausea from greasy food. This goes hand in hand with the bloating. Does a slice of pizza or a burger make you instantly sick to your stomach? Here's why. Without enough of that bile we just talked about, your body literally cannot digest dietary fat. The grease just pools in your stomach. Your digestive system panics. It sends an emergency signal to your brain saying, "We can't process this. Get it out." You feel a wave of intense nausea. It is your body's defense mechanism against fat it cannot break down. And if that fat does manage to make it through your system, it causes number 22, floating stools. It's gross to look in the toilet, but it could save your life. When you go to the bathroom, your waist should sink. If it floats, and if it leaves a greasy film on the water, you have a problem. That is called steatorrhea. It means there is a huge amount of undigested fat trapped in your waist. It is acting like a life jacket, making everything float. This is a direct, undeniable sign that your liver is not producing the bile you need to digest your food. If you're sitting there thinking, "Wait, I have that symptom," hit the like button and subscribe right now. We're just getting started and you need to hear the rest of this. Your body is leaving you clues, and decoding them changes everything. The clues in the bathroom don't stop there. Number 21 is pale or clay-colored stool. Normally, your waist is brown. That brown color comes from a very specific pigment called stercobilin. Your liver makes this pigment and sends it down into your gut. If your liver is failing, or if your bile ducts are blocked, that pigment never makes it to your digestive tract. The color of your trip to the bathroom is a direct liver report card. Without that pigment, your waist turns a weird, pale gray or clay color. It looks completely unnatural. It is one of the most obvious red flags your body can ever give you. While your waist gets lighter, your fluids get darker. Number 20 is dark, tea-colored urine. You notice your urine is super dark. You assume you are just dehydrated. You drink a gallon of water, but the dark color refuses to go away. Drinking more water won't fix this dark color. Here's the science behind it. Your body produces a yellowish waste product called bilirubin. Normally, your liver filters this out and sends it to your gut. But if your liver is damaged, the bilirubin backs up into your bloodstream. Your kidneys panic and try to filter it out instead. They dump all that extra bilirubin into your urine, turning it the color of dark black tea or cola. That backup in your blood leads to number 19, random bruising on your legs. You are getting out of the shower and you notice 3 huge, ugly bruises on your thighs and calves. You have no idea where they came from. You didn't bump into anything. Waking up with mystery bruises isn't because you're clumsy. Your liver has a very specific job. It manufactures the proteins your body needs to make your blood clot. When your liver function drops, your blood gets dangerously thin. Even the slightest pressure, like just crossing your legs or scratching an itch, can burst the tiny blood vessels under your skin. You bruise like a peach because your blood forgot how to clot. That exact same clotting issue causes number 18, bleeding gums when you brush your teeth. You spit into the sink and see pink. You assume you are just brushing too hard, or maybe you need to floss more. But your dentist might be the first one to spot your liver problem. Your liver needs vitamin K to create those clotting factors. A sluggish liver cannot absorb vitamin K properly. The gum tissue in your mouth is incredibly sensitive and packed with tiny blood vessels. When your blood is too thin from a struggling liver, the simple friction of a soft toothbrush is enough to make those vessels burst and bleed. We're about to get into the really weird skin symptoms, and honestly, one of them might be on your face right now. But first, let's look at another bleeding issue. That brings us to number 17. Frequent nosebleeds. Out of nowhere, your nose starts acting up. You're just sitting at your desk or maybe driving your car, and suddenly you feel a drip. It is a full-blown nosebleed for absolutely no reason. Just like your gums, the inside of your nose is lined with a delicate network of tiny capillaries. When your liver fails to produce those essential clotting proteins, these nasal vessels become incredibly fragile. A slight change in temperature, a tiny bump, or just blowing your nose can trigger a heavy bleed that takes way too long to stop. But your mouth and nose give away more than just bleeding. Number 16 is chronic bad breath. And I am not talking about morning breath or garlic breath. This is a very specific medical condition called fetor hepaticus. It has a distinct musty, sweet, almost rotten smell. It smells a little bit like old garlic mixed with rotten eggs. Mouthwash can't fix the breath that comes from your lungs. When your liver cannot filter toxins, a sulfur compound called dimethyl sulfide builds up in your blood. That blood travels up to your lungs. When you exhale, you are literally breathing out the toxins your liver failed to process. You can brush your teeth 10 times a day, and the smell will not go away. Those internal imbalances also mess with your diet. Number 15 is unexplained sweet cravings. You finish a big dinner, you are totally full, but your brain is screaming at you to eat a whole row of cookies. You think you just have a lack of willpower. Your sweet tooth is actually a survival mechanism. Remember how we talked about the liver storing glycogen for energy? When a damaged liver can't release that stored energy, your brain thinks it is starving. It panics. It demands the fastest source of energy possible, which is pure sugar. Those intense, uncontrollable carb cravings are just your brain trying to bypass a broken liver. But while you crave sugar at night, you feel the exact opposite in the morning. Number 14 is a complete loss of appetite in the morning. You wake up and the thought of food actually makes you feel a little sick. You skip breakfast entirely. Skipping breakfast because you feel yuck is a huge clue. While you sleep, your liver is supposed to be cleaning house. If it is struggling, toxins build up in your bloodstream all night long. By the time you wake up, you have a mild, low-grade toxicity in your body. It creates a subtle, lingering nausea that completely kills your appetite until the late afternoon. Those circulating toxins also wreck your face. Number 13 is adult acne on the jawline. You are 40 years old, but you are breaking out like a teenager. You buy expensive face washes, but nothing works. The pimples are deep, painful, and sitting right along your lower jaw and chin. This is a massive hormonal red flag. Your liver is responsible for clearing excess hormones, specifically estrogen, out of your body. When your liver slows down, estrogen builds up. This hormone overload triggers massive oil production in your skin, specifically along the jawline. It is an internal hormone problem, not a dirty skin problem. And right above that jawline, you will find number 12, puffy bags under your eyes. You sleep 8 hours, but you wake up looking exhausted. The skin under your eyes is swollen, dark, and heavy. No eye cream in the world will fix this puffiness. The skin under your eyes is the thinnest skin on your entire body. It shows fluid retention faster than anywhere else. Your liver and your kidneys communicate constantly to balance the fluids in your body. When your liver gets inflamed, that communication breaks down. Your body starts holding on to sodium and water, and that excess fluid pools right under your eyes while you sleep flat on your back. If this list is opening your eyes to how your body actually works, make sure to subscribe. I'm putting out videos like this every week to help you decode what your body is trying to tell you. That fluid retention doesn't just happen on your face. Number 11 is a swollen right ankle. You take off your socks at the end of the day, and you notice deep red lines left behind. But strangely, it is much worse on your right side. This is caused by a condition called portal hypertension. When your liver is scarred or fatty, blood cannot flow through it easily. The pressure builds up in the main vein leading to your liver. That pressure forces fluid out of your blood vessels and into your tissues. Gravity pulls that fluid straight down to your feet. Because the liver sits on the right side of your body, the swelling often shows up asymmetrically, hitting that right ankle first. Take off your socks. Are there deep lines left behind? Now we are getting into the really bizarre skin markers. Number 10 is tiny red blood blisters. The medical term is cherry angiomas. You take off your shirt and notice these little bright red dots on your chest, stomach, or back. They look like tiny red moles, but they mean something deeper. They are actually tightly coiled little blood vessels. Remember how a sluggish liver causes estrogen to build up? Estrogen causes your blood vessels to expand and pool. When this happens near the surface of the skin, it creates these little red dots. 1 or 2 is normal. A sudden explosion of them across your torso is a liver warning. We are getting close to the top 5, where the signs go from annoying to downright shocking. You won't look at your fingernails the same way again. Those red dots often come with number 9, spider veins on the chest. You look in the mirror and see these weird little red marks that look exactly like a spider web. There is a red dot in the middle with tiny little capillary legs branching out. If you press them with your finger, they disappear completely, then rush back red the second you let go. This is another classic textbook sign of elevated estrogen from a sluggish liver. The excess estrogen physically weakens the walls of your tiny veins, causing them to balloon outward and become visible right through your skin, usually on your chest or neck. But the skin issues get much more frustrating than just red marks. Number 8 is itchy soles of the feet. You are sitting on the couch and the bottom of your foot starts driving you crazy. You scratch it, but it doesn't help. It's the worst itch of your life, and there's no rash to be seen. You take off your shoe, inspect your foot, and the skin looks totally normal. This is because the itch isn't on your skin. It is inside your blood. When your liver is failing to process bile acids back up into your bloodstream. They circulate through your body and settle in the tiny tissues under your skin, specifically in your extremities. It is a deep, agonizing itch, and it doesn't stop at your feet. Number 7 is itchy palms. Your hands start burning and itching right in the center of the palm. It usually hits you the hardest right when you are trying to fall asleep. It feels like it's under your skin, deep in the tissue. You end up rubbing your hands together or scratching them against the sheets. Just like your feet, this is the bile salts acting as an irritant inside your bloodstream. Your liver is literally making your blood toxic to your own nerve endings. That toxicity eventually changes your actual color. Number 6 is yellowing of the eye corners. We all know that jaundice turns you yellow, but it doesn't happen all at once. It starts small. Look closely in the mirror at the whites of your eyes. Pull down your lower eyelid. Are the very outer corners starting to look a little muddy? A little tinted yellow? That is the early stage of jaundice. That yellow pigment, bilirubin, is building up in your blood. Before it ever stains your skin, it stains the pristine white tissue of your eyes. It is an undeniable distress signal. Now we enter the top 5. These are the major red flags. Number 5 is brain fog and forgetting words. You are in the middle of a sentence, and your mind just goes totally blank. You can't remember the name of an object you use every single day. You feel confused and sluggish. You aren't losing your mind. Your brain is just toxic. This is a condition called hepatic encephalopathy. When your liver breaks down protein, it creates ammonia as a byproduct. A healthy liver converts that ammonia into waste, and you pee it out. A sick liver leaves the ammonia in your blood. That ammonia crosses the blood-brain barrier and literally poisons your brain cells. It slows down your thoughts, ruins your memory, and makes you feel completely disconnected from reality. We're almost at the num 1 spot, the 30-second test you can do right now. But first, let's look at a sign that messes with your hands. Let's look at number 4, white Terry's nails. Hold your hands out right now. Look at your fingernails. Your fingernails are a window to your liver. A normal, healthy fingernail is pink across the nail bed, with a little white half-moon shape at the very base near the cuticle. If you have Terry's nails, the entire nail bed turns a cloudy, opaque white. It looks like ground glass. The little half-moon completely disappears, and you are left with just a very thin pink band right at the tip of the nail. This happens because the liver stops producing enough albumin, a major protein. The blood vessels under the nail change, stripping away the healthy pink color. Drop a comment below and tell me how many of these signs you've counted so far. Let's look at the top 3, starting with the craziest one yet. This brings us to number 3, the flapping hand tremor. The medical world calls this asterixis. Hold your arms straight out in front of you, lock your elbows, and bend your wrists back so your fingers are pointing up at the ceiling. It's like you are telling someone to stop. Hold them there. Watch what happens. If your liver is severely compromised, your hands will involuntarily start to flap forward and backward. It looks like a bird flapping its wings. You cannot control it. This goes right back to the ammonia poisoning your brain. The toxic ammonia disrupts the electrical signals traveling from your brain to your motor neurons. Your muscles literally misfire because your brain cannot send a clear signal through the toxic blood. It is a massive, immediate medical red flag. That toxicity also completely rewires your gender hormones. Number 2 is male chest growth and severe PMS. This is an absolute hormone nightmare that actually starts in your gut. Your liver is the organ responsible for destroying old, used-up hormones. When it fails, those hormones stay active. For men, the liver stops clearing out estrogen. The estrogen levels spike, causing men to develop actual breast tissue, a condition called gynecomastia. They lose their body hair. Their testosterone plummets. For women, the failure to clear estrogen leads to severe estrogen dominance. This triggers brutal, agonizing PMS, insanely heavy cycles, and crazy mood swings. Your hormones are totally hijacked because your liver forgot how to take out the trash. And finally, we have reached number 1, the 30-second red palm test. The medical term for this is palmar erythema. Flip your hands over right now and look at your palms. If you see this bright red horseshoe shape, pay attention. The redness will be concentrated at the fleshy base of your thumb, and it will wrap around the bottom of your hand over to the fleshy pad under your pinky finger. The center of your palm might remain totally normal, creating a distinct red circle or horseshoe. If you press on the red area, the color blanches out and turns white, then immediately rushes back bright red. Your palms will also feel unusually warm to the touch. Why does this happen? Because your liver disease has altered your hormones so severely that the tiny capillaries in your hands are permanently dilated. They are stuck wide open, flooding your palms with blood. It is one of the most reliable, visible physical signs of chronic liver damage on the entire human body. So, if your foot has been itching, or your palms are glowing red, or you are waking up in a panic at 2 a.m., do not panic. Your body is just trying to talk to you. The symptoms we talked about today are scary, but they are also a gift. They are the warning lights on your dashboard. And the most amazing thing about the human liver is that it is the only internal organ you possess that can completely regenerate itself. If you catch the damage early, if you change what you put on your plate, if you cut out the toxic oils and the sugars, your liver can rebuild itself from scratch. It can heal. You are not stuck with a sick body. You have the power to turn this around. Listen to the signs, take control of your diet, and start healing your body today.